How are you? I'm very well. Hey, Jay. Hey, guys.
Watch on YouTube all the time.
Thank you very much. Sorry, let me just get my report. I'll chat to you in a sec. Definitely. So, thank you, viewers, for joining my channel once again. We're here outside the Fairway Inn in New Moston. Very, very tragic news. Just very recently, in the last day or so, a 14-year-old boy was chased down and stabbed to death right here. The police have arrested a couple of teenagers and also a 37-year-old woman for assisting the alleged offenders to get away with it. You know, even by Manchester standards, this is a particularly bad one. And when you read the reports of how it actually went down, he was hunted down by the other teens, stabbed repeatedly. He managed to get back to his own house. He screamed, "I don't want to die, I don't want to die." He was taken into his house. The ambulance was called and he passed away. So you got this is Tactical Aid Unit police here in case there are cases of disorder and riots. The police have released a photograph of the young man this morning. He is a young black boy and looks like a good kid, although the photograph is out of date, as these things very often tend to be. Police having a look in everything. Every tiny piece of evidence, forensic, is important to secure a conviction and justice for the 14-year-old. We know very little else at this stage except his age, his name, and the fact that a few others were arrested. You know, for anything you might say about Great Britain or the decline of the nation or whatever your opinions are about the police force, from my point of view, it is great to see how in a first world and civilized country a lot of resources are put towards solving, bringing justice, and I guess overall preventing this sort of thing. Coming up to the head of the top of the crime scene. It appears like the stabbing attack took place in the Fairway Inn premises, the area around it. There's a news van down there. Because even in dystopian UK, innit bruv, Britain, when a 14-year-old gets hunted down like an animal by people who are acting like animals, the harrowing details of screaming, "I don't want to die, I don't want to die," that's what gets to any dad, any parent, any human being, anyone with an ounce of empathy in their hearts. And it shows you the people that do these things, young people, certain types of people with no impulse control, no thought for the future, no ability to abstract cause and effect or punishment. They're so fired up on adrenaline and cortisol and whatever, drugs in the heat of the moment, that their egos cannot accept whatever is happening, and they end up throwing away their own lives, but most tragically taking the life of someone who, for all intents and purposes, was just a young guy. Just come have a look around here. It's very reassuring to see the level of forensic analysis. It wasn't someone that goes to your school, was it? No.
But a 37-year-old woman was there, and I think...
Yeah, I heard the 37-year-old woman was arrested. That's maybe the mum of one of the suspected...
Yeah, and then a boy was there, and he goes, "Don't MCA." the secondary school.
Yeah?
Yeah, on Rochdale Road, he goes there.
Oh, he goes to the MCA school on Rochdale Road.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. Appreciate that. Well, ladies and gentlemen, what can you say except it's an utter tragedy? And let me just turn the camera on myself. We need to be very serious about a nation, whether we want to be politically correct or whether we want to actually save lives. We used to do a lot more random stop and searches in areas of high knife crime or areas of danger, but that was deemed to be racist, it was deemed to be unfair, and it was deemed to be discriminatory. Discriminatory. But ultimately, if you're wanting to save the lives of young urban adolescents or young urban men, it may be an idea to bring back and revive the idea of mass stop and searches. In my opinion, if you dress scary, if you look menacing, you're going to get pulled over, you're going to get searched, you're going to have your weapons taken off you, and you're going to be punished. This is Charlie Veach in New Moston at the Fairway Inn. A very disturbing scene, I'm sure you'll agree. So as I was leaving, one of the people that were there watching the police forensics, he took me aside and says, "Charlie, I like your channel, I know who you are. Can I please show you something?" I was like, "Yeah, go ahead." He goes, "No, I want to show you in your car." So I said, "Okay, come along." So he sat down and he proceeded to show me extremely dramatic Ring doorbell footage of Greater Manchester Police in collaboration with Special Forces. And they were big SAS men, big guys in plain clothes with very big guns, raiding an address near where the stabbing took place. And I said, "Is this terrorism?" He goes, "No, it's related to the stabbing of the 14-year-old boy." And I'm watching the footage, and it looks like something out of like an urban warfare movie. Big spotlights on the house, SAS, Special Forces, big guns, everyone laser pointers at the house, helicopter overhead, armored police vehicles. So my first instinct was, this is a counter-terrorism operation. But young men in balaclavas owning urban areas, stabbing children to death over whatever, that in my opinion is a form of terrorism. So I just want to say thank you to Greater Manchester Police for taking this as seriously as it needs to be, and also for I want to thank the police for keeping an eye out for me. They received intelligence that my life was in danger, and the first thing they did was they came and warned me and my family, and they say they're going to keep a very close eye on people who wish to do me harm. And that's reassuring in itself, but this video is about the young boy called Benjamin who lost his life. We are a nation, a Christian nation, obsessed with life and flourishing and victory and having children. But for some reason, we've become a nation obsessed with death. Okay, welcome to Prestwich in North Manchester. It's a predominantly Jewish area, as in most of the people that live here are Jewish. Now, when your girlfriend is busy and you're left holding the baby, you can either go to an area that's predominantly something else and feel scared and menaced, or you can come to a Jewish area and feel very safe. These poor people are a target for a lot of Islamists and crazies and lefties and communists. But this is a good moment to announce that the Freedom Flotilla that was going to liberate Gaza with their 12 bags of flour has been intercepted by the... Morning, guys. Hiya. Oh, good guys. Yeah, right. Has been intercepted by the Israeli forces, commandos. They've gone on the boat. Greta, her Brazilian boyfriend, and the other 10 threw their mobile phones into the ocean because they were probably full of incriminating, anti-Semitic nonsense. And she got her photo op. They gave her a free sandwich, and she's on her way home. A very Western middle class protest. So some areas are obsessed with death, but when I come to the Jewish areas, they're obsessed with having babies. Go forth and multiply. Getting married. Look at that. That's cheered me up. Better than the hearse. I remember telling my old Jewish boss, he's like, "Oh, Charlie, how are you? Good to catch up. How many kids you got now?" I said, "I've got 4 kids. And he furrows his brow. says, congratulations, that's a good start. I said, what about you? What about you, Sam? How many kids you got now? He's like, 10. That's a good number. That's securing the bloodline. Okay, just walking around with Ralph. Ralph's having a great time, and another reason I feel safe in the Jewish area is they have permanent marked and unmarked human being patrols, private security, walking around the neighborhood. Not just these guys, there's like 4 teams of these guys, and they also have undercover, often ex-Israeli military people, keeping an eye out because, well, because we live in interesting times. Trying to order a McDonald's and there's a, wait, I don't want to get caught. There's a crackhead kicking off.